The EU's foreign policy chief says Russia is increasingly on the back foot in the war on Ukraine. Kaja Kallas says dynamics are shifting for Kyiv, and that includes militarily, economically, and diplomatically. And what's missing now, she says, is a mediator who can bring Russia to the table.
As the latest strikes on Kiev have shown, Russia still shows no genuine interest in peace, which was also the clear view of the ministers today. Moscow's direct threat to kill foreign diplomats in Kiev is a public announcement of a war crime. You know, who could be mediator? I think it is very important that we push Ukraine and Russia to talk to each other, because there are so many issues where only they can decide.
Now, Finland's President Alex Stubb is one of those names that's being mentioned as a potential mediator, negotiator, go-between, call it what you will. However, the President Stubb said the message is more important than who's delivering it when it comes to negotiations. And on the battlefield, President Stubb said this year is more about the mathematics.
So we're in a situation whereby the Ukrainians are eliminating about 35,000 Russian soldiers per month. The Russians are not able to recruit as many as they lose. On top of that, Ukraine is launching more drones and missiles into Russia than vice versa. And in the month of April was the first time when Ukraine acquired more territory back than Russia acquired. If you want to put a final mathematics on it, the popularity of the war is now below 50% in Russia, and that's for two reasons. Ukraine is able to strike in deep to Moscow and St. Petersburg, and secondly, the Russians had to close the internet, Telegram, and WhatsApp. So I think the tides are turning, and Ukraine is on top.
The idea that Europe will provide the mediator or the negotiator, we all know the names that are being thrown around, including your own. Is this likely? Do you see the EU becoming the primary mediator, negotiator, if you will, taking over from where perhaps the US had been?
Well, I think we all have to realize that the United States is right now very preoccupied, for understandable reasons, with Iran. And us Europeans haven't had any real contact with the top of the Russian leadership. Having said all of that, more important than the person is actually the substance. So what is our message from Europe? What do we want to achieve? And I think we need to be very practical about it. So it could be about border security. It could be about trying to rejuvenate the idea of a ceasefire between Russia and the Ukraine. But I think we need to have, of course, a green light from Ukraine, which we have, a green light from the United States, which we have, and then Europeans themselves need to work out what's the best way to reach out. The most important question we have to ask ourselves is, what should Europe's Russia policy be? And now that Ukraine is in a position of strength, I think it's time to open the negotiation channels. For me, the personality is less important than the substance.
Well, one personality that certainly helped was the loss of Viktor Orban as a political leader within the EU. I know you are the epitome of diplomacy, but I'm guessing you didn't shed too many diplomatic tears when he lost the election.
Well, I look at the whole package. As you'll know, I'm very pro-European, and I think it's important that we advance integration. And I'm also very pro-Ukrainian, and I think it's important that Europe can help Ukraine. So in that sense, I think politically we're in a much better place right now.